afternoon. I'm here for my appointment at 3 o'clock.
What was your name, please?
My name is David Robertson.
So you're going to be with Mark today, and Mark sits at desk 33 on the first floor, and
Okay.
so you can literally
I've
just
been
go
there
upstairs.
before.
Nice, there you go.
May I use your toilet, please?
Yeah, of course. One of my colleagues will just
Thank you. Cheers, thank you. It's really cold out there. Thank you. Sorry. Cheers, thanks. Oh yeah. Good afternoon, Mark. How are
Good
you?
afternoon, David.
This is
Hello.
Karen, my manager.
Hello.
Hello.
Right,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Good.
right. So the first question is, what's been going on in the last 2 weeks?
Oh, good. That saves me from beginning in a speech, doesn't it? Since there's a question asked. I've been in contact with the ICO about a meeting that I was apparently at a full 7 hours and 40 minutes before the meeting was due, despite the meeting being cancelled. And they have, in a preliminary agreement, accepted the case as a breach of personal data.
How does that work?
Because you're saying that I was where I wasn't.
But we do that all the time. We're saying that you had an appointment, because we could have been calling you. So it doesn't matter if you were in the office or not. You had an appointment booked, and I wasn't in. I was sick. So
You understand
we
I've
said,
got trust issues,
yeah, but
and people have lied in writing.
so you'd rather we say you didn't turn up, even if you
No,
did.
just put the appointment was cancelled. It's really simple.
Can I answer this question, Mike?
Please.
Now, obviously,
It's really simple.
I understand the confusion here.
Let me tell you why.
Yep.
Okay. Just about 10 days before that, there was a murder of a 17-year-old up at Queen's Road. It was in all of the papers.
Yep.
The gentleman who was responsible for that murder was found because of data supplied by the DWP. The police have already been over the radio talking about it. So, in effect, they've managed to find the perpetrator through information of where he was. So, I'm really big on not being seen where I totally wasn't hours before,
Understand that.
because I
understand
have never had the pleasure of meeting Doctor Who or experiencing time travel, and therefore breaking the
Okay.
theory of relativity.
I understand all of your issues here.
I don't think you do.
No.
There's serious trust issues.
No, I do understand. What I had to do, because Mark wasn't very well, and obviously I get into the office really early for these kind of scenarios, I would have phoned you. However, on your journal, on your claim here, it's specifically when you were in Hove, you said you don't want to be contacted by any females over the phone. So I wrote on your journal and I explained the situation. I said, Mark's not, if you just let me finish, Mark, our process is, because it's so late in telling you that obviously we didn't want you to come into the office unnecessarily because we were very short on staff, nobody else would have been able to see you.
But I still was where I wasn't.
No, I explained, but the thing is, our data doesn't go anywhere. It's just a diary of appointments. It doesn't actually go anywhere. So every work coach has a diary of appointments,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you understand.
In equivalency,
If you let me finish.
you may as well see me in Aberdeen.
No, yeah.
If you let me finish. So to save you from coming all the way in when you would have not seen anybody and we wouldn't have had a conversation with you, I explained on the journal, I am going to mark your appointment as attended and another one will be booked for you. And that is the process that we use with everybody. It's not just you.
Yeah.
It's anybody who's sick, any claimant. It's a courtesy to say, we will mark you as attended. We understand that we are telling you late in advance. It's not a breach of any data because we haven't passed it on to anybody.
Doesn't matter, it's what's contained.
But we
You need to read the
also,
laws.
if you look in the journal message.
Yeah, can I just say something?
No, let me say this first,
This is
David.
really important.
No, let me say
This
this
is
first, David.
This is about apparent misandry, okay, and misogyny. I don't hate women
I didn't say
at all.
hated them.
Okay, let's
Because
just
we've
put
got a
that
note on there to
because
say-
it just says that no women to contact me. There is a perfectly good reason because women
That's
are
right.
far more fluent at lying than men.
That's a bit that. Actually, I do take offence to that, but I'll waiver that.
There was no
for
need
you.
to swear, Mark. under your breath.
I'll waiver that.
Did
That's
you hear what he
absolutely
said?
fine.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I swore, but
But,
I'm
you know,
always courteous, I'm polite,
We
and I'm
understand that.
affable.
This is our process.
And
It's like, if
I
you
don't
wanted to-
find that somebody's swearing at me right in front of their
I'm
manager
so
under their
very
breath.
sorry. I'm so very sorry.
If you want to take the matter any further with the ICO or whatever, that's absolutely
Yeah.
your understanding.
I'm not trying to
and
be
your-
horrid or anything.
No,
I have a right to freedom of expression.
you do. We've just
And
follow our
speech.
guidelines and our procedures, and I'll be quite happy
Yeah.
to stand and talk to anybody, explain why I did something, because that's obviously what I have to
But
do.
you
on
may
a
as well
daily
have just
basis.
said that you saw me in Aberdeenshire, or
Well-
Cardiff, or Riyadh, or let's go for somewhere really nice.
Can I
I didn't
just
actually
say-
see you, I
Reykjavik.
Can I
marked your
just say,
phone.
That's
no,
it.
David, can I
That's
just
its own
say,
continent.
in the journal, it explains, there is a record to say you didn't actually come into the office, but we marked you as attended. So in terms of
Your whereabouts.
your worries about someone
Do you wanna
saying
roll
he
down
was
the
in
jo-
Brighton,
Do you want to roll down the journal a bit? Because I've had conversations with someone else, as you'll well see.
due to unforeseen circumstances, we will not be able to conduct
Right.
your appointment today at
Keep
4:10.
rolling down.
So please do not come to the job
But this is the
centre.
specific one
Please
we're talking
do
about
not
today.
come to the job centre. That's the point. So your point is...
Why are you
sorry, I'm
pointing
getting
at
angry.
me
Yeah.
I'm really
aggressively?
sorry.
I've got to end
Because
this.
you're getting on my... Sorry.
I'm what? I'm
Sorry,
being
so
perfectly
do you want to walk
affable.
away? Do you want me to?
Yeah, I think I need to walk away
that's
because
fine.
I've got to be honest.
I've been trying to be... I have been
No,
trying...
you just threatened
Let's
me,
stop.
Sorry.
and
Do you
you're
wanna
trying to
take
coerce
5
me.
minutes?
No,
and you're
I
getting
have-
aggressive.
I have
Do you
been
want to take 5
trying
minutes?
to
Security.
No, it's okay.
Security.
Mark, just walk away. Just walk away. It's all right. We'll conduct this appointment
Yeah.
together. I'll let Mark go off. Mark, do you want to take yourself off?
I want security. I want security.
Literally, it's just me and you.
I want
it's fine.
security.
Okay, well.
I want security, please.
Okay, that's fine. I'll get security for you.
Thank you. I know, literally,
That's okay.
he's got very aggressive with me, and that was absolutely gratuitous.
Oh, you did find it? Where was it? Yeah, but it's
Can you make it very clear that I'm not at fault there, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll address that issue with my member of staff afterwards. But if you feel
That
safer,
I'm not tolerating. Mark is no longer my work coach. I'm going to put that in writing on my journal.
fine.
And the so-called case manager at Hastings that promised me calls 18 months ago, every month since, and hasn't bothered, he can
right,
change
can
too.
you? Right, you can.
Excuse me, mate.
It's
Hi.
all right.
I'm David. That gentleman there has just been very aggressive towards me.
He just wants you
And
to stand there.
I
I've
would like
taken
you to
over.
stand there so that we can make certain now that he's walked off, he cannot flank me at all.
It's right. It's okay.
I have done
I'm now
nothing to
taking
provoke
over,
the
so it's
situation,
fine.
but he's already used foul language, and he was literally thumping his finger and pointing at me as if it was a dagger.
It's fine. Thank
I'm
you.
really sorry to trouble
stand there
you.
for you, not a problem. All right.
Hello, David. It's Jackie. We've been chatting. I thought it might be easier if I give you a quick call.
Oh, there you go. It's not. She's not talking to you. Okay, so
No, there's
let's.
more than one David. I'm very sorry that Mark may have perceived something, but this tells me that there was an error of intent that this was going to swing this way, because otherwise, as a professional, he would have held his manner to be respectful, and for that,
Can I just be respectful? What happened between your appointment was my decision. It had nothing to do
was
with
that your
Mark.
decision? Mark just acted in that
No,
way.
I'm just saying the conversation that you're having, you should be having with me because it was my decision as a manager.
Yeah.
I made those decisions. So if you want to make a,
No, it's all right. Don't worry. I'm just checking that he's not coming back.
he's not. He's gone to the tea room, and that's absolutely
That's why
fine.
I'm looking in the glass as well.
I will go and have a chat with him afterwards about his conduct. So you
That's
leave that with
absolutely
me.
unacceptable.
And that's fine, and I will deal with that. That's absolutely fine. I will deal with that. The conversation that we're having about the appointment that I attended and asked you not to attend,
But I wasn't
you are
here.
with. I know, and it clearly states on here you were not here. If you'd like to see, I mean,
But how can it
you
state
have
that I'd
access to the-
attended something 7 hours and 40 minutes
It-
before I'd
it clearly
attended,
states-
despite the meeting being cancelled? I don't know Doctor Who. I haven't travelled in
Listen,
time.
David, you're
I'm
not-
lucky enough.
David, if you break it down,
We did, and
we've
Mark
said
acted in that way.
no. You break it down with me. I've asked you not to attend. I've told you I'm marking it as attended, and that was that. That in itself.
That's you seeing me somewhere where I
No,
wasn't.
I did. I asked you not to attend. I didn't see you. I said, do
Was the
not come
appointment
into
marked as attended? I've got
It
screenshots
was.
on my tablet.
Yes, you don't need screenshots. It's all on your account.
I know.
It's all on your account. You don't need screenshots. It's all on your account. I don't understand. Who's
Like, I
there?
heard someone moving further back.
I don't understand
It's embarrassing as well.
what it is that you don't understand about. I've asked you not to attend. I've marked you as appointment, and I told you about this in advance. If you want to take it any further, that's absolutely fine. It's with you.
Let me break this down. Like Schrodinger's cat, okay? It either does exist or it doesn't exist. When you open the box, you can tell whether it exists or it doesn't exist.
This is
Now, how
totally
could I?
irrelevant.
No, it's not.
It
How
really
could I
is.
exist at an appointment that was cancelled?
We asked you not to attend, so you didn't exist.
But it states that I'd attended that appointment.
Okay, so would you? Well, how would you rather if we done this then? We just
Just say the appointment's cancelled and we'll do that. Don't mark me as attended for something I haven't attended.
But okay, that's fine. Oh, in future, should this happen again, I will not mark you as attended. I will just talk to you and I'll just say, don't come in. Your work coach is off sick, and I'll just reschedule that for you.
That would be the truth, and that would be perfectly acceptable.
That's fine. I'll make a note of that, so I am aware. I literally have hundreds of claimants to look after.
But look at the litany of lies that literally poured
not
out
lies.
of Mark,
not
and
lies.
that he was defending them
It's not
by
lies.
firstly
not
effing to me under his
I understand
breath,
that. I take that on board, absolutely.
and then
But it's not
acting
lies.
in a physical way,
I take that
which
on board, and I'll have that
is
conversation with him.
a breach of a Section 3. Which therefore, if it's a breach of a Section 3, it automatically becomes a breach of a Section 4.
I'm not going to get into law with you, okay? All I'm going to say to you is I'm going to have a conversation with him about it, and I'll deal with that under our rules and regulations.
Now, I
and
feel
that's
threatened.
fine.
You feel my heart rate. You can see my chest bouncing. I've got no option. I've got to get a CAD number from Sussex Police over that. So I'm going to be wanting the video. So
I
shall
don't
put a
know how
shall
to
be
go
putting
about
freedom
that.
of information request.
You'd have to
That
talk to the security
is
guards.
absolutely gratuitous.
It
I
was a
did nothing
heated
to
discussion.
deserve that.
It was a heated discussion. I understand
on
that.
his part.
I understand that. Yeah, I'm not saying that he's an angel. I'm just saying it was a heated discussion, and I took him away from that, and now I'm talking to you.
I'm a man dressed in poppies with my face covered. It shows that I am a man of respect because every day is Poppy Day. It weren't just November the 11th people died, they were dying all year round.
Okay,
Including people who were my family members. And I do not expect anyone to treat somebody whether their face is
Okay.
covered in poppies or not
Okay, I will, like I said,
in that manner.
I will deal with that. I promise you. That is my
That
role
is
as a
gross
manager.
misconduct, straight out.
He
That's
didn't
gross
attack
misconduct.
you. He
Yeah,
didn't.
I
He
felt
wasn't
attacked, so
physical.
that
He
is
wasn't
a-
physical
that is
with
assault
you.
in itself.
And that's fine. However you want to deal with
I
that.
am a
is
walking law
obviously-
book. I'm really sorry.
I know- I understand that.
My uncle was a Queen's counsellor whilst he was alive, and whilst our good monarch was alive.
I understand.
And this bag is what he bought me when
It's
I
a
was
nice bag.
very young. I was bought that
I
when
get
I was
that.
10
I understand that.
for my birthday, and that was for my law degree. Now, because I decided to have a personality and freedom of speech, unlike my uncle who was constrained by various bars, exams, rules and bodies from having that freedom of speech, I decided that I would like to be myself and have an actual personality that is constrained by my own morals and my own goodwill whilst I'm following the laws that he taught me to read up about.
Okay.
And I have nothing to do in my scrap van where I live other than expand my knowledge.
Well, you're very knowledgeable and very articulate, and it's
Because my uncle
lovely.
stated to me,
Fine.
the world is your court. Act as if you are in court all the time. And I have done.
I understand that, and
so
I
when
understand.
people are trying to provoke an encounter, I understand what they're trying to do. He's trying to... Most homeless people are known for violence, short tempers, all sorts of things. I see that like he was trying to hook a homeless person into leaning over.
I don't think that was his
and
intent at
knocking him
all.
till
I don't
next
think that was
Wednesday.
his intent at all. However,
Why did I have to move back?
I did remove him from this conversation, and I'll pick up that conversation.
That's unfair.
And we've had a conversation about your attended appointment. If you want to take that any further with the ICO, that's absolutely your prerogative to do so.
I don't want to be seen where I'm not. Just please,
That's
next
fine.
time, you've already
Next time,
agreed.
I will, and I will
Please
put that
just-
note on your journal, and I will say,
I have
please do not
serious
attend.
trust issues.
Okay.
Serious.
And
I used to get
appreciate
into a
that.
lot of trouble
for not being...
for not even being anywhere, literally,
Yeah,
in the town.
I understand.
And then people say, oh, look, we've marked him as there. And then all of a sudden, an entire Angel Falls of lies literally fill the pool.
Without knowing that previously, I can understand how you would take that as...
Accuracy is good.
Okay. I've taken something on board from this conversation today, and I hope that you have
Yeah.
accepted my apology for marking you as attended,
That's
and I
not
will
your
make
place.
sure...
Surely isn't your place to apologise for someone else. That should be
No,
your
I'm not
Mark.
apologising for Mark. I'm
What I'd like
apologising
to-
for
if
my
Mark
actions on
wishes to
attending your
apologise,
appointment.
If Mark wishes to apologise, he can simply do that on the journal,
Okay, I'll
which
have
I
a word
simply
with him
must
then.
insist about.
I would have insisted that myself.
Yeah, I'm not going to be demanding
And
about
that's-
it, but
that's
in all
fine.
fairness,
That's okay.
that
I'd love to do it.
if that's happened with me,
I've never seen him like that before,
imagine.
to be honest
Oh,
with you.
this was already predetermined because my uncle also sat a criminal psychology degree, which he was teaching me about every single day. So I'm aware of all 14 types of personality and how to spot whether something is predetermined. Because there's this little bit across the top lip, and when somebody's already got a thought that they're about to enact, this is why when people on Facebook with false smiles, and
Yeah.
you see the little line there, it pops up literally like a Belisha beacon in the middle of night, standing on top of a Christmas tree, on top of a stepladder that's 9 rungs tall, in the middle of no man's land, during the Great War, in a moonless night.
Wow.
That's how obvious it is.
And that's incredible, because I would never be able to spot something
Oh,
like that.
because if you're going to do something, you can't
yeah.
lie to get somebody off of murder. You have to
that's
be
very
able to
true.
tell the truth if you're going to represent them. And you have to be ridiculously accurate. And when I tell you that the accuracy that I was told to aim for was 125%, just like you have 125% pork inside a pepperoni. A pepperoni.
I can see you're very well educated.
I've
If
got
I-
a few
if I-
mental issues that's been brought on by trust, which basically, let me take you through the story so that you can actually analyse this as a timeline. Donna and I, when we were together, we came into Hove Job Centre and there was 11 months left on basically the bank account scheme with the post office. But Lorraine decided, because she had accused me of being a criminal through outstanding fines that were not mine, and I was totally exonerated a couple of months later when I went into the appeal of the court, and even the CPS offered me a job.
Wow, that's good.
Because even though I'd managed to get the guy barred from standing in the court for a complete year, which was the only choice of the court, because he tried to hoodwink the court, but something was evidence that couldn't have passed any one of the 5 codes of practice. Okie dokie. So now, he's gone into court unprepared, and this has sorted that out. But where Lorraine was really, I mean, I'm going to choose a word now, but this is descriptively, not argumentatively. Lorraine was very arsey, and she stated that because I'm not happy about being called a criminal, because that is discrimination,
Yeah.
straight out and out. It literally breaches the Equal Opportunities Act of 1978, and I wasn't very happy about it, to be categorised as a criminal when I actually consider myself to be a law-abiding, affable, reasonable person. So she then decided that she would put, well, I can't be bothered to walk and get this paperwork, so if you don't give me a bank account number between the pair of you, I'm going to dismiss the claim and you'll have to wait weeks for money.
Oh, okay.
We were homeless, and we literally had no choice but to give them my so-called best friend's bank account. From moment one, she'd allowed access. This is money muling. It's illegal under Money Laundering Act 2006 as amended in 2012. It's very serious. And it allowed him access to literally steal over 10 months 1,700 quid off of us, which the council, because of the COVID and the everybody in scheme, decided that I was the perpetrator. Despite having written admissions in text message and emails from Mina Adil-Bakta, who was also claiming universal credit and PIP, and yet still working down at Wuotai, down at Richmond Place, as a delivery driver, and taking our money. And the council literally decided to report me to the police, to the domestic abuse section, which really carried some gravity now. Because a guy in the council called Stuart Kitchenside decided what he'd like to do now is make up a whole encyclopedia of lies. Now this guy, to clear my name, I have to commit to private prosecutions, as you well know, and you've admitted. I'm fairly affable and I can put something very clearly across. And I'm used to winning when I stand in front of a court. So private prosecutions of the council are all very well and good for committing acts of fraud by writing stuff about me, despite you saying that, oh, we don't release it to anybody. It's still under Section 11 of the Fraud Act, fraud by misrepresentation, which by default is misconduct in public office, both of which can only be tried in front of a jury. So the ramifications are already very well established. But I'm being put in this position, like one of the old films from the 1970s, guy gets accused of something, has to go and clear his name. But not Rambo style. Yeah? That's the caveat. So I am now forced to literally have people turn up in front of me in a court of law with evidence that I've supplied a court and they've okayed it as a private prosecution to now get these people a fair whack of a sentence, because it's very serious and there is conspiracy involved, which in itself is its own event. So you hear conspiracy to theft, that's 2 charges. This has gone through 48 members of the council, through different members and different departments, including elected officials. Now, as you can understand, they've turned around and said, we refuse to house David now. So in effect, I've been made an exile in my own country because the DWP didn't admit to what was happening, for something that I would then to be able to produce written evidence to the council to literally blow their lies clean out of the water, before the ramifications meant that I had to turn up to High Court and, well, spend 15 grand that I don't have.
That you don't have,
so,
yeah.
The law allocates under the Bill of Rights Act, which, believe it or not, is still good law. People mention Magna Carta, forget that, it was abolished. King John decided to put his fingers up, and that's why there was a second peasant revolution. But this is where we get our fundamental basis of laws. So you cannot be accused of something and then punished without trial. If it affects your life, somebody's already made a decision, and that's a lie. You see? So,
I see what you're saying.
I've got to go through this because the DWP don't want to admit to a simple mistake, and now they keep covering it up, and that was a decision. And Supreme Court ruling 2008 states that anybody who writes a decision or makes a decision that can affect your money is a decision maker, not one of the fabled decision makers where the department literally didn't exist at the time, hence the Supreme Court ruling. So anybody who makes a decision that can affect your money, that was Lorraine. Where's my mandatory reconsiderations over that? We could have brought all of this out. Now I'm forced to literally privately prosecute Lorraine for facilitating money muling under the Money Laundering Act 2006, as has been amended.
Okay.
That's just to clear my name. I've also got to get the first person in the row is Mina Adil-Bakta. And literally, I've already got an appointment down the court this afternoon because there's been a great deal of trouble getting printouts for the private prosecution paperwork. They've agreed very kindly for me to print out a ton of this paperwork so that I can now staple things to it and send it through so that they can see that I have passed all 5 of the tests. and then it should be good to go for me to add Bill back up. But this
Sounds like
guy,
a lengthy
this
process.
guy stole off of us over 160 times, which is 160 separate acts of theft. He then, once we were compelled to call the police because of the situation that I was in with the council, he then put in writing that he's going to do everything that he can to basically mess my life up until it gets to court. And despite me showing that to the council, they will not change their lies. So this is the only way. I thought this was just in a film.
It sounds like a film, doesn't it?
No, this is real life.
I know this
And
is your life.
this
I understand
is,
that.
As
Yeah.
you can understand,
Yeah,
I've got
I
morals. I've
get
been
that.
brought up well.
Yeah, you're very articulate, and you can.
And I don't
definitely
understand
stand
how
up in a
somebody
court.
like that can literally be bent over and shafted blind. Because the DWP want to now, enduring a conspiracy, to cover up the fact that they've made a mistake in the first place, which is paperwork that I need to send to the council to see if they can rectify this without me privately prosecuting. But until that key undoes that lock, I have this only avenue left. This isn't a threat at all. This isn't me saying, oh, I'm going to do this, blah, blah, blah. I have to, because I need my name cleared.
That, I completely understand, and listening to your story, I understand why that would have upset you, and I've taken that on board.
I
and
tried killing myself twice. Read on the file in 2020 when one of your female staff, I've got it recorded, and one of your female staff was doing everything she can to help me to put that noose around my neck and swing from a tree. It's on YouTube if you'd like to see it.
No, I really don't want to see it. It's, you know, that's obviously
No,
the process
the
that you're going
conversation
through.
where she was deliberately aggravating the situation. Now, what choice do I have about that to let her get away with it for other people? How many people has she potentially killed?
I don't know
Or
the
encouraged
situation.
to?
I don't know
Now
the
that falls under
person
incitement.
that you're
That's a
talking
very
about.
serious thing.
David, I really have to stop our conversation there because I need Mark to come back and
Yeah,
and
not
see
in my
something.
presence.
No, I
please.
know. I'm going to walk you to the door, if that's all right.
Yeah,
So
where
that-
exactly is Mark at the
Mark's
moment?
at the
so-
staff room over there,
Right.
so we're going to go that way.
Perfect.
Okay. So let's go.
Thank you.
No, that's fine. No problem. I'm just going to walk through.
Thank you, chap.
Oh God, you walk faster than me.
These are only small strides. My dad called me in March. But I thought because you only
I've only got. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've only got little legs.
It's helpful for when you have to run to catch things. Like
What's up?
four-legged chickens. It's also handy if you're like somebody wants something to reach. Right, thank you
Okay.
very much. Have a lovely
All right,
afternoon.
Have a lovely afternoon. I'll put that note on your claim, and I promise you I won't mark his tenant anymore.
You're free. I understand now that you've seen the ramifications of what's going on. I don't
Yeah.
mind you phoning me, but there was literally, I was not being misogynistic whatsoever.
That's fine. I'll deal
But
with mine.
my freedom of speech and also the knowledge that you can see that I have,
Yeah, totally.
it's... I wasn't calling you a lie.
No, I know.
But people can lie by doing something that they've been told thinking it's okay.
I know. I understand.
And
where
that's
you're
called
coming
blind
from.
orders.
And
And
it's
my
nice.
dad-
It was nice to have spoken to you today.
Even my
anyway.
dad said to me, even if your corporal turns around and says, shoot that enemy, if he's not the enemy, you're going up in front of the Hague. It's an
Exactly.
illegal order.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers. Have a good one.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a lovely afternoon.
You too.
Cheers. Bye-bye. What the fuck just happened? That was pretty scary, man. Jeez.